commence.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and ready up and get week 2 on. Hey, good luck, everybody.
Fist is ready. Snidely is readied up Esquire. We're about to get underway. This is going to be Fist pushing first, Esquire defending first. Wishing both of our teams the best of luck. This is a challenging map to play, as I know perfectly well. I led a team on a finals battle on this map in the 2010 Ville Cup. A lot of pressure going on. You need to keep on the cart, keep that cart moving, because seconds matter. If you get to, say, the first point 2 seconds after the other team, you better get to the next point faster than them, because that 2 seconds is the difference between a win or a loss in the event that both teams get the same number of control points captured. Meanwhile, obviously, the other team is aware of this, so they're going to do everything in their power to slow you down. So you have to dedicate another part of your team to providing suppressive fire or providing cover for your cart pushers. Really important, though, to keep the cart moving at top speed at all times. You can never afford to let the cart sit still or be moving with less than a maximum if you have people available. Gotta have as much speed going at all times as you can manage.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
A slight difference from last week as we see those spam coming in. This is from the demos. The sticky bomb launcher has been reverted back to its original state. A nice big frag with some crit stickies taking out Blunt Spoon, the Fist Heavy, as it tried to go up the side ramp, or the trail as some people refer to it. There we go. We see a scout moving the cart there like he needs to, taking advantage of the fact that there's no fire coming in on him. He's got some company. Engineer helping him out briefly before we get that in there. Now we're going to have a demo and a medic come in and join him on the cart. Looks like that's a long, clear shot through the tunnel. Don't see any setup at this point on the other side. However, there are plenty of people above it who will be sure to have something to say about that cart coming through. A little surprised they're letting it get that far without pausing. We see the sniper now just noticing and jumping down there to help out. There's a level 3 sentry gun over the top. That's going to put some fire down on it, put an end to that push real fast. But they got it all the way through there with almost no resistance, and that is a valuable move by Fist.
You might have missed it on camera there now, but both teams have dueling Ubers up on that trail on the left side from blue. It was a heavy versus demo, and they just bounced off each other and had to fall back.
I did indeed not have that on camera. Good to know. Thank you for that insight flash. That could be also part of why we saw Esquire not noting the cart. They had an Uber right in their face, and they were trying to make sure they paid attention to that. Cart has stalled now as the full defensive force of that cliff top position, especially with that level 3 sentry gun, is coming into play. However, Blunt Spoon fighting his way up top side along with his medic. Medic retreating back down there a little bit. Oh, they are wrangling the gun. The demo tried to get in and get some fire on it. He's laying some shots up, not quite hitting it. And Alex, the demo, goes down to Blackhawk's sentry gun. However, it's taking some shotgun fire. Not enough, as the engineer is still alive to fix it. If they can take the Engie out, that will deal with it. See a mini sentry helping.
Tunnel, keeping that cart alive.
Yeah, it's absolutely vital that you not let the cart go backwards under any condition. It is worth dying for, as they say. It is always worth dying. And we see Blackhawk, the engineer, goes down. This is the best opportunity Fist has had so far to take out that sentry gun. They need to get some fire on it right away before he can come back through what I presume must be a teleport he has somewhere around here. They always have a teleport. I don't see one at the moment. There it is, down on the health kit. Sticky bombs with the engineer just arriving back. That takes the gun out. That should be enough for them to push. He's trying to rebuild the gun in the same spot. There's a mini sentry being put up to aid the push. Fist has an opportunity here. They need to take advantage of it. They'll get this first point. Level 1 sentry is up top side. See, Blackhawk the engineer is dead again, so it's not going to be upgraded. However, several of the Fist players down. They're going to be reorganizing and trying to get back in action. Alex now as a scout takes a shot to the head from McFool. A very nice shot on a moving target. Team coming up over the top side. Let's see if they can get out there. That cart's about to go backwards. Just a few seconds left, and it's going to start backing up right now. Fist needs to push in, again with the sentry gun being down, just starting to come back up. They need to be on that cart right now. Nice long-range minigun fired by Garrett there. That nerf has not been reverted, so still needing to hold the gun down for a while to get that full damage. So only 60 seconds left on the clock. They haven't yet captured it. We do see a couple of their people dancing around on it. They should be able to take it. They're about 5-on-2 here. And there's the first capture. 3 minutes and 41 seconds. That's 3:41 for the first capture by Fist.
What do you think so far, Al? This been going the way you expected it?
I'm a little surprised that they backed off as much as they did when they took the sentry gun down for the first time. As soon as that gun goes down, that was the only thing really guarding that cart. The whole team needed to get in there. Big danger in a stopwatch match is getting lured into deathmatching. Killing the enemy does not matter. It's utterly irrelevant unless they are keeping you from moving the cart. So pushing the cart, now we've seen a much faster push right here. That was good, only 4:19, so barely 40 seconds, not even 40 seconds to get from point 1 to point 2. That's the kind of progress we want to see all throughout. In that final match, Shakespeare versus Sexy Sex in the 2010 Ville Cup, both teams captured the third point in less than 3 minutes. Here we're seeing 4:19 for 2 points, so this can definitely be done very quickly if teams come out with a concerted effort, but it's vital that you keep the entire team on the cart or clearing the way for that cart at all times. Speed is of the essence here, so it's almost like a speed run of sorts. Because unless you believe your defense can hold the other team a lot longer than you got held, it's not safe to put your trust in just getting all the way through slowly. Good mini-sentry we're seeing. Rumpel is being effective as an offensive engineer with that moving mini. Really helps keep the cart a little clean from behind so that people don't flank the cart and kill those vulnerable scouts off it. I love what Rumpel's doing as an engineer, placing his mini and then getting up and helping push the cart himself as well. That's a very good thing for him to be doing as an engineer. He's not going to be a particularly effective combat class with his own handheld weapons, but he is an outstanding cart pusher.
Just moments ago, Dirt is a pyro did a great job of baiting the red medic and heavy and the pop and maneuver, and just kept them out of the action completely. Totally different.
Outstanding, outstanding. And there we see a crits coming off. Vexen popping a crits on his soldier as well as a little bit on the heavy. They're almost to that third point, but this is a big defense, and we see a nice engineer position up topside by Blackhawk in the overhead window with a level 3. He's trying to do some long-range stickying in. Needs a little support from his team to keep that demo off, and they are there to do it. Johnny Woo going down. Blackhawk getting his dispenser and sentry gun up first, then getting the teleport. Probably not a bad idea on this particular position here. That gun, when it's a level 3, can see it out that window and lay down a lot of fire. It's hard to get to the cart with a gun in that position. Once you get close enough, you do actually have a shield. The cart's starting to go backwards, though, so it's going to be difficult to get close enough to move the cart and not get hit by that gun.
We should see an Uber any minute here from Bluntstown coming out of that top room.
Yeah, it looks like Inner has it. There he goes, just as you called it. Inner coming in with Blunt Spoon, taking a little bit of knockback. Oh, and a nice Ace Deuce Pyro Puff there to shove back the heavy. Broke that Uber up. Down goes Inner.
What I would cart is just rolling.
Yeah, it is right now, as you say. They stopped it. Good work there. What I'd like to see right now is one of the Fist demos or soldiers getting up on their left-hand balcony and getting in and taking out that gun from a covered position. Easier said than done, obviously, but that is the most effective position, or most effective means I know to knock out that gun.
Blackhawk's got a total camp up there. He's got his tele-export right behind him with his full level 3 dispenser, so he's going to have heavy reinforcements.
Yeah, it's a very good job getting that base built. It's sometimes hard when you're falling back from the second point to get a full-size base built on the third. I believe he actually went straight to the third instead of the second. Fell back there to make sure that he was fully built. And it's paying off for them right now, because with all of their reinforcements coming out that window almost right on top of the third point, this is going to be very difficult for Fist to push in here unless they can get a concerted effort in that up left. Do see a sniper up high over there. It's Alex again, sniping from the warehouse bridge.
She's got 2 soldiers on her now, though.
Down she goes, yeah, with a crit shotgun, actually. Here comes a crits demo. Stopping the cart again. The cart rolling backwards still. Didn't get touched. It's a nice job by Umadbra keeping them off the cart so the cart continues to roll backwards. Esquire putting together a pretty impressive defense. This is one of the tougher points to defend. Because it's a little ways away from the spawn. You don't have a direct route to it, and the other team is really pushing pretty hard, but Esquire doing a nice job. And there we see Blunt Spoon again coming uber with Inner out of that warehouse bridge with some reinforcements. Trying to run all the way down and around. Looks like Fist trying to recharge in the attic. And holding that bridge well, but holding the bridge isn't good when you're on offense. It's a good thing for defense. Defense doing just a great job.
Spy here, but I wonder if it might be helpful for a Fist to get that nest taken.
So a pretty good idea, actually. Spy is hard in a game like this where people are really checking. Ace Deuce is a good pyro. But yeah, Spy would be a good idea because nobody's going to be expecting it immediately. If you could sneak through without being seen, might be able to get the stab and sap. Esquire really pushing forward. They're now taking control of the side bridge, almost to the attic. But, the medic gets killed off. Bronze Fox gets killed off by some crossfire. Blunt Spoon by himself against an Uber, not going to be able to survive that. Rumple again, creative sentry placement. Got the mini sentry up in the attic stairs. Wrangle
Johnny
to help
almost got that nest taken out as a demo, but Blackhawk managed to just keep it alive long enough.
One of the things we love about the Ville Cup, so many skilled players. You just see every class being played to its full potential. This is Blackhawk 989's second Ville Cup. He played last year with 32X.
Coming up on the 2-minute mark here.
Esquire has done a fantastic job defending, even if, with that cart going backwards, even if Fist were to manage to take it back and push it through point C, it's going to be very tough for them to defend this long and this effectively against Esquire. Fist almost being forced into a defensive position here. There's a touch on the cart. Good job by Johnny Woo. Make sure it doesn't go any farther back than it did. They had this on top of the edge of that point platform earlier. Here we see dueling Ubers. Ace Deuce Ubered as a pyro, countering the Uber from Bronze Fox. Somebody's creeping the cart up. Nice stun by Rumple. Again, as an engineer, getting in there, doing double work, both as using his sentry gun and running in and helping with the cart when he can. Here comes Blunt Spoon and Inner up the top side with an Uber hit.
He just used a Wrangler on that mini to take out Snidely as a soldier.
Yeah, and that Wrangler also provides him a bunch of bullet resistance. Helps protect from those heavy Ubers at long range. A Wrangled sentry in that position has so much cover. I really do think you have to get up through that side on the balcony. And there we see, Johnny Woo almost landed up there. Missed the jump or wasn't aiming for it. Not sure which. Probably just wasn't aiming for it.
Blackhawk sentry is just proved deadly.
There, the two soldiers have just got up there. Let's see if they move in. There's Vertigo, aka Locodana. He's found the spot, and he gets it.
Sentry is down.
He gets the gun going through that upper. So now here's the biggest opportunity Fist has had to get the point. They're pushing in. There's an Uber countering them, but it's only on a soldier with a black box. Not going to be enough to stop this if Fist is on there like they need to be. There's a Blue Pyro coming in there. And there's the cat. So at 12:21, Fist pushes through. Having taken out the sentry, Vertigo, aka Locodani, taking out the sentry, and the team immediately pushes through. Shows you how critical it is to look for those nests and find a way to knock them out. That was some excellent defense by Esquire. Then Fist now pushing towards the final. We'll look at the scoreboard overall.
Fist now with that closer spawn point means Rumple's going to have to rebuild his tellies and try to get him back up to the front.
And Rumple we see there on the scoreboard doing outstanding work. He is the lead scorer on Fist as an offensive mini-sentry engineer. Those teleports no doubt help, but that's still a pretty impressive feat. And here comes Fist trying to push right down the ramp into the final pit of Badwater.
Inner just did some dancing amongst the enemy there that I don't know how he survived, but it was beautiful.
A medic with some motivation to stay alive. There we see Loco Vertigo, once again, as a soldier by himself, keeping the entire other team occupied for a little while till they managed to take him down. Esquire now taking the top of the ramp, building up. Rumple building in the forward hayloft sort of area. Oh, but he gets found out. UMAD not having any of that. Looks like there's a blue push going through the chicken coop. That's Vertigo and Bronze. Bronze pulling back. Vertigo. He escorts Vertigo in. Vertigo going to do a little bit of flank action here. Ooh, but he's up against a sniper. That's a dangerous place to be at long range. Oh, Vertigo gets the kill. Takes out his opposing soldier, man and ass. Both soldiers over on Esquire presently down. Johnny Woo gets the pyro. But now it's a Uber coming in the side. Got Bronze Fox Ubering in Johnny Woo around the right-hand side. And they're going to go and take that sentry gun down. Blackhawk did a good job getting out of there, though. He stayed away from that explosion. He still has his level 3 dispenser up. He's going to have that gun back up in no time. Good dodge by Blackhawk. UMAD takes out the side.
That Uber came down and the medic got hung up in the window. Got separated from a blunt spoon and then he couldn't get all the gear.
Oh. That's a benefit of putting a gun in the position that Blackhawk's generally building it, is it can cause a bit of knockback in the window and keep people from doing this kind of heroic jumps out that Ubers tend to do. Cart going backwards, but Dirt runs in and touches it, makes sure it doesn't go too far back. Currently Blunt Spoon escorting Cart down the ramp. Oh, good timing on that Uber there. Chewy Ham Ubering Garrett at the last second as they charged an enemy heavy. They push up around the corner. They're going to push this all the way back. Oh! Alex snipes down Garrett and saves the mini sentry that that's a regular sentry that Rumple has got going up now in the upper level. Looks like a big push here with just over a minute left. Big push from Fist getting ready. This is going to be their last hurrah to try and get that cart all the way down. Cart currently coming backwards up the hill. Esquire just holding on here. All they need to do is make sure that cart doesn't get down the hill in the next 30 seconds onto the point, and they'll have the opportunity to automatically win by pushing 4, or they have to push 3 in less than the 12:21 that Fist currently has. Medic pushing by himself, and down he goes. Esquire is going to hold on to this one with 3 points captured by Fist in a time of 12 minutes and 21 seconds. That's now the objective that Esquire itself is going to try and beat, either 4 points or a faster cap of a third. Fist can hold on and take the win by holding Esquire to 2 or fewer captures, or by holding them to 3 captures in more time. That was a good battle on both sides. Map is going to be restarted, and we'll be right back. Alright, we're back, and now it is Esquire's turn to push.
Five, four.
Both teams have readied
Unready up,
incorrectly.
unready.
Very important they do not do that.
Alright, looks like we've got everybody out. Just as a reminder, this is the second half of the first half. So this is second quarter here. The times to beat are first cap 3:41, second cap 4:19, third cap 12:21. Unless there's any questions, ready up, let's get going.
Flash, our lead admin, reading off the times captured in the previous. Of course, that final one is the only one that's going to end up really determining who wins here. But it's a good little quick time in between 1 and 2 in particular. Esquire is going to be looking to put that kind of time on both of the first points. See if they can just blow through very quickly.
As a reminder, for tiebreaker purposes, we will play this round all the way out.
A good point Flash is making there. Even if Esquire gets a time that is a winning time, the round will continue as long as it can to ensure that the push team has the opportunity to score as many points as they're able for tiebreak purposes.
Mission begins in 10
See,
seconds.
double Ubers ready, of course, on both sides. Inner and Bronze Fox, and Chewy Ham and Vexen, same medics.
4, 3, 2,
See what type of Ubers we're looking at. Big jump there by Snidely going all the way over. He's going to try and take out the gun. The gun already goes down. UMad Bro with a nice takeout on the sentry gun in the same place as as they themselves had it. New one already going up, however. Cart being pushed by the sniper in the back.
Uber heavy up top for Esquire. Ooh, push back another fire.
Garrett loses his medic, but he is still up top side as a heavy. The medic retreats to help push the cart. Garrett goes down on the top side, but we see the scout and possibly a pyro going to push the cart on through the tunnel. Pyro versus fire topside. Inner pops a defensive Uber on dirt. Loses track of his target there. Patient getting pushed backwards, and he finds himself isolated against an enemy combo. Bad place to be. Cart pushing very nicely right on through there. You got a scout and a demo working through the tunnel. There is a level 3, a wrangled level 3 on the overhead. That's Rumpelnose defending with the full size. One note about the Wrangler, unless he looks down there, he won't be able to see the push on the cart. The gun won't automatically target it. However, there's nobody presently pushing the cart down low. See McFool from across the map sniping towards the gun. Got a good kill on Johnny Woo. The gun's not wrangled. Then we see that those flying demos don't work as well. Good pyro puffing there by Dirt, keeping the Uber from coming in and taking out the sentry. However, it was enough to distract the gun. The cart almost makes it to the point. See a spy going across the top there. Spy is going to go and try and get that cart advanced, I think. Or he might... No, he didn't go for the cart. He went farther. Cart's going backwards. Spy may go and take the top. Oh, the gun has been moved. The sentry gun has been moved down onto the point. Looks like it's being rescue ranged. That gun can be blocked by using the cart itself as a shield. And there's a capture time in 2 minutes and 31 seconds. That is 1 minute and 10 seconds faster than the opposition. They're now pushing on point 2, time to beat to point 2, 4:19 for comparison purposes. Sentry on the roof going up. They're going to go for the .2 roof defense. A solid position up there is very difficult, but oh, it gets taken out by the soldier jumper, excuse me, rocket jumper.
Fist definitely had the stronger defense set up for the second point than Esquire did in the first half.
That they did. I don't think Esquire tried to defend the second point particularly. I believe they almost conceded it in order to establish a really strong third point defense. We'll see if that pays off here. If Fist is able to dig in on this point, they're able to buy enough time to get really set up. This can be a very difficult position to capture. And so far, they survived that initial push, and that's the hardest one. See a scout bonking around, trying to keeps the cart from going backwards. It's a good payoff, but he gets shot out of the air by dirt. Demo jumper, you mad? You're flirting with the level 1 sentry that's helping defend the point here. It was enough to make him walk. They're not putting the gun on the roof. They might have decided that was a little too tough to get it all the way up there. And down low, it'll still cover the point. The danger from down low is, again, you can use the cart as a mobile shield to block the sentry fire. You crouch behind it, and it will protect you. There's the scout. Nice capture there in 4 minutes and 1 second. So slipping a little from their previous pace, that's 18 seconds faster than the opposition. They're now aiming for the third point by 12:21. Funspoon just holding on tight at the top side. Oh, there's a back stair attack from an uber heavy by Esquire. They sweep the yard, make sure they don't have anyone behind them, and they're going to take this cart and start moving forward. Nobody in the attic. A couple players setting sticky traps in the side.
Rumpel's setting up his gun in the same place that Blackhawk had it, which proved very effective.
They did indeed prove very effective. Let's see if Esquire knows to attack from that side platform. Because if not, this could be another long one.
3, but he doesn't have the rest of his base established just yet.
Here comes an Uber. That's once again the heavy Uber combo. Garrett and I believe Chewyham? Yes, Garrett and Chewyham pushing in for Esquire. Soldier fires rockets coming in on that sentry gun. That last one went a little bit high. Rumpel getting the repair on.
Oh, there it is. He has the rest of his gear.
Ooh, one more shot from Man in a
the
Mask.
tele exit and the dispenser down low for his team to utilize.
It's a generous engineer. His gun almost just went down there from Man in a Mask, long-ranging it. However, Mask got driven off after firing his last rocket just before the gun would have gone down. He gets sniped down by Alex there with the assistance of Inner, keeping the gun alive. Now we see Snidely is going to go up on that deck. He jumps back off of it. Looks like there's an Uber demo about to come in. They're going to try and shell the gun. They're getting air blasted back nicely by Dirt. He's doing a good job keeping him back. However, we see Demo manages to get a bunch of shots up there before finally going down up close. But the gun goes down. The Uber Heavy comes in following. They machine gun the gun down. Between the Demo...
They got the rest of the gear as well.
They do, and the Heavy is still alive up topside. Heavy is still alive. Garrett's close to burning to death, but he's going to get a little health kit up there. He's got a medic on his 6 who saws down. Bronze saws Garrett down. But down below, it looks like the engineer, Blackhawk, and perhaps Snidely might be able to get a cap here, but there's a Demo combo alive to defend. Ace Deuce jumping on it with all he's got. He gets it in 7:16. So Esquire is going to take this. However, they still get to continue pushing to see if they can get all the way to the end for tiebreaker points in the future. Flash reminding the teams what he told them earlier. For tie-breaking at the end of the cup, after all rounds are completed, total points for and points allowed is different than tie-breaking within an individual match.
Obviously, everyone didn't understand the somewhat admittedly confusing rules, but that's okay.
Esquire with a super effective push here. They're very close to getting it in, and they do, in 8:26.
Game, guys, good game. This is halftime. We're going to reload the map, come back on these same teams. Esquire is going to push first. If you need to make any subs or grab a cold beverage or use the restroom, now with the talk this up in about 5 minutes.
Current time 9:32 Eastern Time, 8:32 Ville time.
In 60 seconds.
So what are your thoughts there on that first half of this first match of the evening?
Well, I liked what I saw with Esquire's push, a very, very fierce push, always working to get the cart forward, taking advantage of every opportunity they had to make sure they kept moving. Even at the end, when apparently some people hadn't read the rules or listened to their captains, they kept on pushing hard. They knew that they needed to do that because of the tiebreakers at the end. On Fist, they obviously did a good job getting all the way to 3, eventually breaking that defense on the third point. I would like to see a little bit more cart focus on them. The objective is how you win a Ville Cup match, not just killing each other. So focus should be on the objective at all times. But both teams there are putting in a pretty good show, I'd say. And therefore, both teams have an opportunity in this second one. So once again, for those who are...
y'all gonna make any subs, or is this it?
For those watching at home, I'll explain again why they kept on playing there in just a moment.
Alright, we got a few minutes left to halftime, but we don't have to take the whole time if y'all don't want to, so just, No, that's fine.
So once again, what was going on is that, as was explained before, at the end of 5 weeks of play, there can be people with a win-loss record tie. And ties are broken through a series of methods involving match points, as well as things like points for and points against. So points for and points against matter. The reason there's a reset between each push is because we need to make sure each team has the opportunity to push as far as it can and to defend as hard as they can, because those can end up being the tiebreaker. In more than half of all Ville Cup finals in TF2, there has been at least one tie, if not more than one tie, that needs to be broken through some tiebreaker procedure for seeding for the finals week. That's what's going on there. Very important. Every team always fights as hard as they can all the way to the end. So we talked previously about the captains, but what about the lieutenants on these two teams? Over on Fist, Brownfox is the captain. The lieutenant is Inner. Inner is in his 3rd Ville Cup. He previously was a captain twice. He captained Team Sultan, named after Sultan, one of our admins here, the winningest medic in Ville Cup history. And last year also was the captain of Team Innard's Meat Explosion, which is the 2013 Ville Cup champion. This year he decided to step back and do a lieutenant role, working for Fist under Bronzefox. Over on Excellent Served Quickly, aka Esquire, Snidely Whiplash is the captain, and he is assisted by his lieutenant, Vexen. Vexen is in his 2nd Ville Cup. Last year he was in 32X. Now, Flash, you played in a couple of Ville Cups back in 2010, 2011. You were on Hales Angels and on Bro Team 6. What do you recall from your experiences in the Ville Cup? And how do you apply those to your work as our senior Ville Cup organizer and admin?
The main thing I learned from playing in the Ville Cup and then captaining a team in the initial Warpath and Dust Bowl event was that I'm a much better organizer than I am a player, that is for sure.
I know the feeling. But a lot of the captain's job is, in fact, organization and not playing. The captain isn't the person who needs to have the highest KDR or the most kills or whatever. They're the person that needs to keep track of what's going on the entire battlefield, indeed on the entire server, be able to communicate, coordinate with the entire team, and make sure that people are where they need to be, when they need to be, they understand what's going on, and to call important things like tactics changes or class changes, substitutions, things like that.
No, that's very true, and you'll have a lot of captains, like specifically Checkmate sticks out in my mind, as he's the type of captain that he doesn't have to be in every match. He's perfectly happy putting his team together and then letting them go out and do the battle if he thinks that they're better suited than he is for playing.
That's a fact, and Checkmate, of course, he's been in 6 Ville Cups. He's playing with Goat Theft Anonymous this year as their lieutenant. He was the captain of Group of Drunks last year, who came in 2nd place in the Ville Cup. Also previous experience on Team U, on Ambitious Alcoholics, on Bro Team 6, where he was with you, Flash, and on Dan's Double D's in 2012.
All right, Captains, we better... Who wants to flip? Just a reminder, just to clarify again, the reason that we're resetting the map in the middle of stopwatch and then playing it up the whole way is for the tiebreaker scenarios as they relate to finals. So obviously there's not a tie in these matches, but yeah, there could be a tie in the finals, and we need to give both teams the chance to push all the way to the end and rack up those capture points across.
Hi, buddy.
All right, Captains, if y'all ready, this is the older one, Snidely. Y'all ready? Go ahead and ready up. Let's get this underway.
5, 4.
Here we are. We are underway with the second half of play. This is going to be Esquire with the first push this time, with Fist having the second.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
As we're starting here, I am seeing a request coming through in the Ville Cup Twitch TV broadcast chats asking for the announcers to reintroduce themselves. I'm Alizé Fan from the Eternal Ville Alliance. I'm the lead broadcaster here with the Ville Broadcasting Corporation, joined in the booth by Flash from the Ville Regulars. Flash is a senior admin and is the lead Ville Cup organizer.
And I'm just here for a little inane chatter. Alizé, you are doing a bang-up job with these broadcasts, as always, sir. We appreciate it.
Well, I wouldn't have anything to broadcast without the show that you're putting on, so I appreciate it as well.
Of course, I got to give a shout-out to who really are our lead admins this year. Plinko, Plaz, and Sultan are really doing the heavy lifting this year. They've gotten everything together, and they're making sure it's running smoothly.
Another group of the server admins at the Ville. Some of them play, some of them organize. Everybody participates in some way or another, making it happen. And we see another big attack going on with that demo jumper. They're trying to take down that gun. Enough sticky bombs, both demos focusing on it. They take down the gun. However, the engineer stays alive. Medic making a point of healing him. Probably a good thought by Inner there. They're getting a gun back up. More air bursting stickies coming from below. Not quite landing him on it, but they're doing some damage.
Garrett got separated from his medic there right after they passed the Uber. He's managed to stay alive though.
Doing a good job here. The Pyros on both teams, separating Ubers from patients, and just keeping everything pushed back the way Pyros do. Pyro's receiving yet another nerf to one of their weapons this last week, with the Extinguisher no longer doing full criticals from the front. So about the only thing left that they can do sometimes is air blast, but boy howdy, you see some good air blasting here. Obviously there are other things. We see a lot of good skeet shooting going on, and fire still hurts. Sentry gun goes down again. UMAD with the Uber from Vexen. This time I believe they got
gear placement as we saw last half.
Yes, Rumpel's still up, getting another gun down. Oh, and that gun just did it. That took out Blackhawk, who was pushing the cart.
Oh, the gun goes down with a soldier from behind. Man in a mask is all the way at .2.
That's not a bad move there by Man in a Mask to get back there. Yes, indeed, he's on the roof at the second. That really, really hurts the reinforcements, as I don't believe there's a teleport presently up at the front. Oh, and he's putting shots down on the gun from behind as well. That's going to get the engineer yelling.
That's how he took it down just a minute ago, Al.
Nicely done by him. Rumpel goes down. Sorry, no, his teleporter went down. It was not him. I just saw the name flash.
Cart's on the move backwards now.
Snidely getting up there and pushing the cart, using it for a little cover. He got the scout behind it now. They get the gun down again. Pushing forward. Man in the Mask doing a lot of damage with his rocket launcher there. Pretty impressive. This is Man in the Mask's first Ville Cup. He's making a good impression. You see a big push rolling up the front stairs towards the attic. They meet a soldier on the way. Vertigo with the defense, helping buy some time. That gun's getting flanked, though. It's probably going to go down. It goes down to Garrett, Chewyham, UMAD, Ace Deuce, and possibly one other member of
Esquire captured that first point, 2 minutes 36 seconds, which is just 5 seconds slower than they did in the first half.
Good point. Glad you called that. Thank you. And there's the second one in 3:08, which is 53 seconds. Sorry, 57 seconds faster than they did the last time.
Rumpel's just now trying to get his gear up, and it's getting taken down already.
That's Man in the Mask back there, along with Garrett and his medic again, Chewyham. They're doing a heck of a job. We see Man in the Mask went straight through that top side. This looks like Esquire really got their program together. They are pushing hard. And there's no reason they're not going to take this.
Man in the Mask is doing a great job of putting that pressure on them from behind.
3 minutes and 51 seconds to take the third point. That's less time than it took them to get the second last time. This is a big push, and Fist really needs to find a way to stop this.
Esquire has an uber pop on the fourth point already. They are really bringing the pressure.
They're to the top of the hill. This has been a make-or-break point for several of the last pushes. Well, one of the last ones last time, and also just in the past, some experience. Getting around this corner can be tough. We see a sentry gun going up there from Rumpel right on the ramp. That is a good place to defend the cart. It's often unexpected the first time people run into it. If he can get that to level 2 or even better level 3 before somebody comes around the corner and calls its location, it's going to do some damage. There's level 2. Oh, the heavy walks around the corner into it, using the cart again for cover. It's wrangled and being rescue rangered, but Garrett takes it down. Garrett on a kill streak of 9 right now, doing pretty darn well. A heavy medic combo, getting broken up on there by Vertigo, coming up behind them and splitting them off the cart. A heavy medic combo on a cart is awfully difficult to kill sometimes, because they have so much healing potential as well as the unlimited ammo. We see a double Uber. That's an octo Uber going on. There's a Umadra and Garrett. A little confusion between the medics on who's Ubering which patient, but one way or another, they did a lot of damage. And there are now 5 Esquire players in the pit with the cart. However, there's a crits coming in them. That's Belak being crits by Bronze Fox in the defense. Wipes out that whole Esquire push. Good use of the push. However, the the Uber with the crit speed. See some map room from Esquire. Got a demo and pyro up in there. Oh, interesting position for Rumpel's gun. I don't know that I've seen a gun, wrangled or otherwise, built in that position before.
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah, that's a clever and unique spot. People aren't going to be prepared for it. He can fire straight into the map room, and also he still has a line of fire down onto the cart, especially if he uses his Wrangler.
He's got that medium metal pack right behind him, too.
Yes, he does. That's very clever. Nice work, Rumpel. Rumpel is in his third Ville Cup, previously a member of Gentlemen's League High Five and Tuber's Truly Terrifying Tater Tots. And of course, when I speak of how many Ville Cups players have been in, that is TF2 Ville Cups. There were many other Ville Cups before Team Fortress 2. I don't have those rosters in front of me to compare. We do have some players who played in those as well as TF2 Cups. UMAD made a nice little move around behind, but he was taken out by that clever sentry gun that Rumpel has going on up. An Uber come out the window of the map room, but it went down pretty fast.
He got separated from his medic again. He couldn't get out of the window.
Fist seems to have gotten it together. They're doing a pretty good defense up here. Double healing going on with the heavy there for a moment. Here comes an Uber. So yeah, UMAD and Vexen go and take out the gun. They had enough of that. It is a vulnerable position to that exact move coming around the left side behind the chicken feet. But otherwise still, very creative by Rumpel. We saw how long that held them off. Those sentry guns out in the open wouldn't last that long. Now we see a gun going up in the map room window. Blackhawk carried in a fully assembled level 3 that now overlooks the final point. That is going to annihilate any defenders that get out in the center there. Unfortunately, it didn't open fire immediately where he expected it would. He moves it into a position to defend himself in the map room for a moment until there's a push ready. Oh, and Virgo gets in there and takes it out. And Moonray takes out Blackhawk from across the way. Very clever move by Blackhawk. Didn't quite manifest itself, and the soldiers were able to clean him up.
If that gun had started shooting like he hoped, I think this one would have been over.
I agree entirely. It came just a hair after the push it was supporting, I think, and so he tried to pull it back so that he could preserve it for the next push. But yeah, he got seen. There's an Uber. That time the medic makes it out the window, and the heavy does not. Oh. They're having trouble with that jump. Chuham retreats back safely, however. Starts healing again, starts building that Uber. Rumpel with a gun going back in the same spot as before. He likes the way it worked. See if Esquire's any faster to take it down this time, or if it's going to cause just as much problem this time as it did last. Yep, there's Snidely already working on it. Hard to get the stickies to stick to it. That railing is not a sticky surface. Oh, we also see his Rescue Ranger being used there. And here's the combo UMAD again, getting up there to take it down. And down goes the gun. They know how to take it now. I don't think we'll see it in that spot a third time.
I'm liking the interesting easy tactics we're seeing here by both teams in the final.
Yes, they've been creative, they've been effective. I think the engineers are nominees, at least, for VIP on both of these teams. Or MVP, whatever you want to call it. Still, this is a good hold going on. Very good hold by Fist at the last point here. A little under 4 minutes remaining. After having 3 points captured in 3 minutes and 51 seconds at the beginning, they've held for much more than that here at the end. If they can keep it up to the end, they will have the opportunity to capture the 4th point and therefore actually get the win, even if they are slower than that very quick time that Esquire set. Esquire, however, does still have 3.5 minutes to try and push it in all the way, and of course they're going to do that. Or to try to. See, another dangerous situation with an awful lot of Esquire players there on the cart. At least 5, looks like 6 players, 7 players. Almost all of Esquire is on the cart in the final. There's not much opposing them. This is going to be it, folks. They're going to push it right in there, and we're going to see a final capture time of 10 minutes and 47 seconds. 10:47. That was a good almost 7-minute hold, 6 minutes and 56-second hold there by Fist on the final point. Now Fist is going to try and push it all the way through. They'll need to push it to the end in less than 10:47.
That was some stellar defense there at the end.
That really was. They clearly had some troubles at the beginning. They were on their heels a little bit, but when they got pushed in a corner, they held for a long while. That is actually, see, looking at the times, that's the longest hold on a single point we've seen, except for the very beginning, when the capture did not occur at the end. Fist, of course, now on blue, Esquire on red. And this will be the fourth quarter of play, the final match of the first round.
All right, teams, this is going to be the final quarter of y'all's match tonight. The final push here. Remember, please play it all the way out because that will matter to both of you who go to determine who plays in the final.
And in this map, we will not know the results. We won't know who's going to win it until the clock hits 10:47 or until Fist hits the final point, whichever comes first. And even then, of course, they are going to push as hard as they can all the way to the end for those all-important match points.
5,
Captains, that's your...
3, 2, 1. Mission begins in 60 seconds.
We're underway. Both teams are ready, and about 45 seconds, the final match of the first between Fist and Esquire will be underway.
Mission begins in 30 seconds. Mission begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
See, one of the Uber combos getting ready to try and push up the trail. Got to shove back the defenders first. McFool with an important pick taking out Vertigo there. That hurts on the initial push for Fist. Here comes the Uber around the top side. The gun in that same spot that we've seen both teams use it effectively so far. Ooh, double air blasts. Both teams shoving each other back quite effectively. The Uber's off. There are a lot of defenders up there waiting for that to happen, and the Uber pair has retreated. They do survive, however. See, the sentry gun went down.
Esquire has that Telex port in that same little corner they did last time.
They also have their sentry going back up over the point. They managed to stop what was briefly a danger there. They had a mini sentry from Fist built outside the tunnel, but it is no longer there. And there we see the jumper Vertigo again getting shot out of the sky, this time by Blackhawk sentry. I've always been a fan of an unwrangled sentry because of exactly that. It will take people out of the air that as an engineer it's hard to see. However, we've seen the Wrangler used very effectively as well. However, Snidely now taking out Rumpel sentry gun, and at the same time Blackhawk sentry gun being destroyed also. Rumpel running around setting down those little mini sentries like mad. They're going down constantly, but being built back up just as constantly. Just takes one to really succeed. And we see an Uber demo going up against an Uber heavy, working down there to try and stop that push on the cart. Scout got through to the cart, but wow, he's a dancing like mad. Finally goes down as it's Alex goes down as the scout. But some nice work dancing around it. Oh, there's that engineer. There's Rumpel jumping out on the cart like he likes to do. He's got a mini-sentry covering him. I don't think the other team notices that he's there. He's going to push that by himself. Oh, and he gets shot. I spoke too soon. McFool spots him from around the corner at the last second, but not before Alex can get up and get the capture in 2 minutes and 39 seconds. That's only 3 minutes off the pace, or sorry, 3 seconds off the pace that Esquire set, so they are doing well. They need to hurry along and get in there, push quickly again. Esquire with a level 3 already up on the roof, along with a teleporter and a level 1 dispenser. There's an Uber coming up after them. A demo Uber takes out the sentry gun. There's a counter with a pyro Uber. So far, oh, and the teleporter gets taken down by Johnny Woo's pills. That's really important, because now the engineer has to decide between rebuilding his sentry and rebuilding his teleport that gets the rest of the team up there. Looks like he's not going to have time to make that decision. There's a pyro and a medic come up to the roof with a soldier and a demo and an enemy sentry. They have lost the roof. Esquire needs to fall back and set up a new defensive line. Not that you give up the point, you fight on the cart, but that's no longer a valid defensive line up on top of the roof there. Vexen barely surviving with his crits, manages to fly out off the roof and land next to a health kit. Esquire pushing back pretty hard. They may be able to re-establish up there if they can get the scout off the cart. That would be a very impressive thing, as that roof was well and truly lost for a while. Vertigo jumping around the backfield. All sorts of action around the cart. We see another Uber from Fist going up over the roof. They're going to get the cap now. That's going to be 2 points in 4 minutes and 32 seconds. It's 4:32 compared to 3:08 on the other team. However, again, it's only the final point that matters in terms of determining a final victor. This is moving quickly here so far.
Esquire does not have that Engie net set up yet. He's just getting started on it.
Let's see if the rest of his team can buy him enough time for that to come up. It's not the easiest place to get metal sometimes. There are a couple of deposits, but you see him running around looking for a source. There he goes all the way down to get the full.
He dropped his tele-exit first and then the gun.
I think that's a good idea personally, because the tele-exit will bring the teammates in who give you time to build the gun. But the gun by itself doesn't do a whole lot. Once you take out the person near it, it's easy target.
He's got the gun up to level 2 now.
This is a good hold here by Esquire, buying enough time to let their engineer get a base fully established behind them. There's level 3 on the sentry. It is now wrangled up just in time for the attack, coming in with a double Uber, a demo, and a heavy. And it's being flanked on the side by Vertigo again. Vertigo takes out the gear. Oh, he doesn't quite get the gun. He gets the engineer and gets the Spencer, but not quite the gun. Oh, Man in a Mask saving the cart about as close as you can go. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen, right on top of the dotted line. Just a hair short. Esquire holding that off by the skin of their teeth. The slightest breath on it by Fist, it will put it on the point. I'm sure they are keenly aware of that, as is Esquire.
That Blackhawk's back to it. He's got it back in shape now.
Yeah, he got back in there and getting the Spencer built. The fact the gun didn't quite go down, very important for them, and the cart is rolling backwards.
Yeah, Vertigo was desperately calling for his team to spam the gun, but they just couldn't get to it.
See Ace providing some cover up top against spies. He's got that same thought you had last time. This might be a good time for a spy to take out the nest. Don't see one in play on either team. Did briefly see one on one team earlier in the day towards the first point. Haven't seen one since. Here's another Uber coming in. That's going to be Belak being Ubered by Inner.
Bronze Fox.
Whoa, yes, Bronze as a medic takes out the engineer and then snipe. The gun is sniped. Teleport is still there. Level 2 dispenser is still there. But the gun is down.
The captain said, I've had enough of that gun. I'm going after that engine myself.
With the melee as a medic, and he gets the job done.
Unfortunately, with that dispenser still there, he's going to have the gun built back up in no time.
Sure is. Dispenser and the teleport are more important than the sentry gun in many situations. As long as your team's able to hold for a little bit, you can always rebuild a sentry. Those other things are a lot tougher to build.
Fist has their Teliax back a little further than I'd like.
Oh, a pick there. Alex takes out Chewie with a full Uber.
It's making his teammates take a little longer to get back to the front lines.
You hear an Uber ready there. Bronze Fox with an Uber ready. Also, his Pyro Dirt pushing the cart quite effectively from concealed position. However, gets shot down by McCool just as the Uber is popped, being blown back again by Ace Deuce. Both Ace and Dirt have been playing Pyro quite well tonight, breaking up Ubers left and right. There's a second Uber coming in off of Fist. This is going to be Inner as the medic. Fist's heavy is Belak, and they are right on top of it, and they got it. 9:25. 9:25 means that if they want to win, they have 1 minute and 22 seconds to get it onto the final point. That's a tall order, but it can be done. Let's see what they bring to the party. If we see that clock at the top center get down to about 6 minutes and 20, should be enough to indicate that Esquire takes the win. However, of course, we will be playing all the way to the finish because Fist needs that chance to score as many points as they can. Oh, and there's a spy! Vertigo changing off Soldier goes spy, saps and stabs. Simultaneously leaves the teleporter up. He gets found out by Man in a Mask. But that was a slick little move there. Let's see if that teleporter comes into play here.
And Al, as you mentioned about them playing this one out, it may be tempting for Fist to, if they've done the math, kind of lay back after they know they've lost the match. But it's really in their best interest to keep this up because they need that final cap point for tiebreaker scenarios when we get down to the end of this thing.
They absolutely do. They want to not only get the point for themselves, but also since points allowed is the first tiebreaker before you get to points 4, or rather, comes before it in the tiebreak scenario. It's about the third tiebreaker. Then you got a situation where they also want to hurt their enemy by causing more points allowed against Esquire. And here comes a bit of a push. Now for match point purposes, this is not the points for points against objectives, but for match point purposes, this match, a payload match, any stopwatch match, is scored 5-0. It is not scored by objectives completed. So the first round will be 5-0 in favor of Esquire, and time's passed enough. This is actually going to be 10 match points in favor of Esquire tonight. However, again, the points for and points against also matter. Those are a separate tie-break scenario, so it's important to always keep pushing.
That's a tough pill to swallow, but the strategic long-term thinker is going to realize the importance of keeping it up here.
Yep. One of the important things about Ville Cup play, you always keep track of how the scoring is done. This is the most important thing you can do. As a captain in particular, you have to know how every single round is scored. You have to keep your players motivated to keep playing for whatever objective you want to keep playing for. Whatever that next point is, whatever that next objective is, you have to go after it. Because it matters. And we have seen time and time again ties going into the last week. In fact, twice we've seen the last 2 years have gone into the third or fourth tiebreaker in order to determine final seeding. That can include who goes into the finals match and eventually gets the win.
That's right, because it doesn't matter how you get into that finals match. If you win it, you win it.
Exactly. We've seen teams go into the finals and win it with as few as 7 wins out of 10, and with as many as 10 wins out of 10. However, we've also seen teams go into the finals with 10 wins and not win the finals, and actually come in second place to a team who had fewer wins during regular season play, but managed to play a better last match.
Vertigo's still running a sniper down there. He's looking to take out some of those medics.
We see, oh, nice spy right there. Takes out Chewie, just as you said, playing spy down there. That was another dropped Uber as well. Belak getting blown up by some crit stickies there from UMAD Bro, assisted by Vexen. About 3 minutes left to play. Esquire still holding on to that final point.
Blackhawk's running the short circuit, taking out those stickies coming down from the window.
That's a good idea, in my opinion. There's going to be a lot of spam coming onto his gun, and the rest of his team's going to be pretty angry. Wow, Garrett with 20 on the kill streak. He's got to be loving his healers right now, and I'm sure they're loving him in return. Garrett also in his first Ville Cup. Cart's rolling backwards, going up that hill. Let's see if Vertigo decides to... No, Vertigo takes out Garrett, ends the kill streak, and stops the cart from rolling in one fell swoop. A good stab by Locodani, a.k.a. Vertigo.
Madbro was on him and took him out with the caber up close and personal.
Ooh, don't see a lot of cabering going on in competitive play, but hey, we'll take it. Here an Uber ready there from Vexen with UMAD. Minute 30, they're going to hold on to it to try and defend with. Quick look at the scoreboard here. Minute and a quarter left for Fist to get this final push. We see them put in an Uber there. That's Uber Pyro coming down. Dirt, accompanied by his medic, Chewie Ham. Sorry, no, Chewie is countering. Excuse me, I mixed up the name. That was Inner accompanying. And now we see Bronze Fox Ubering out along with Vertigo. Back on Demo Man now. Nice sticky there from Captain Snidely, taking out Rumple. However, now we see Belak pushing the cart down the hill. Finally gets taken out in return by the opposing heavy Garrett. Nice snipe by McFool as well, knocking out Moonray. Alex is a sniper who's run down, killed UMAD in melee combat, destroyed the dispenser, and is now in a point-blank sniper duel with the opposing sniper. Gets taken out by McFool's submachine gun. "15 seconds. There's Vertigo back with the stab, takes out Vexen right at the end. And it looks like that's going to be it for us. So Esquire, oh no, Esquire with an overtime push. They jump in there. Let's see if Garrett can clean them off. Oh, and here's some more Esquire to come and help out there. Can't let that overtime push get in there. It can happen. And there's the end. Alrighty.
Good game, everybody. Good game. Congrats. See y'all next week. We're off for the 4th of July. We'll see you the following week for the third round match.
Alright, so there we have it. Esquire wins both halves. They gain 10 match points and improve to a record of 2-2. Fist doesn't pick up any match points, and they drop to a record of 2-2. So those two teams are now equal. What we're also going to see coming up, we have the Guild of Calamitous Intent, GCI, versus the Carpe Teabaggers, CTB. These tubes are both 2-0. These teams are even, so they're going to be playing to see if they stay even or if they can divide it. Be back after the break.